What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 135, and we start today's episode off with me showing you our Canada squad as we have two international friendlies here with the Canadians against South Africa and Mexico. We beat South Africa and we drew with Mexico, and you saw the Canada squad right there. It is still a 3.5-star nation, but Canada is making improvements, and I'm really pleased with that because when we took over Canada, I think it was actually in the first season, I really wanted to make it a project and see how good I can get their team. And okay, we're still a long way off where I want to be with them, but you can see right there the team is getting better. Jeremy Haver is 77 overall midfielder. Obviously, Djokovic, the star, really. 84 overall, the skipper in goal. Also, Milan's goalkeeper as well. Got Heinold at left back, 75 overall as well. The players are getting better. Most of them are still in their teens, and some are in their early 20s as well. So it's really cool for me to do that side of this career as well, build up that nation. And I've read some quotes from some people saying, can you play until 2022 and play the World Cup in Qatar? With Canada, well, I might do so. I'm not really too sure, to be honest. If we do want to keep the career mode going for that long, that's still a year after this season here. So I'm not really sure, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's still fun for me to develop this Canadian team and to show you every now and then how it's currently looking. Still, for the first game of today's episode here, we take on Lazio in the San Siro. Coming on the back of a 3-1 victory against Palermo in the Serie A. We've had a great start to the season, won all of our games so far. Only two, but either way, won them both. And now taking on Lazio here at the San Siro. Of course, deadline day also ended in the last episode as well, after we spent £106 million in the summer transfer window. It's a really expensive transfer window, and loads of new signings came into play for Milan in what possibly could be our final season, not just with the Italians, but also in this series as well. Taking on Lazio, the first half, there was only a couple of chances. It was still 0-0 at the break, and in the second half, 5 minutes after the restart, Mauricio took down Ryan Tala as he took a shot. He was complaining, and Lazio, I think, had a case, because Mauricio here, I don't think that he's trying to take down Ryan Tala like he does. I think he's trying to block the shot. So when I saw that on the replay, I was thinking to myself, well, Ryan Tala did get a shot away. Admittedly, Mauricio did sort of put him off a little bit, but I wasn't really sure. So because of that, we would chip it down the middle, as we always do. It's been a long time since we've got a debatable penalty like this. So we chip it down the middle, as per usual. It hits the bar, actually, and Lazio get the ball away. So still goalless as Ryan Tala doesn't convert the penalty, but it's okay, though, because 10 minutes after that, he get an assist for Romagnoli's first goal in a Milan shirt, and of course it has to come against his former club. So we signed him in the summer transfer window for, I think it was £28 million in total from Lazio, and he scores his first goal for his new club against Lazio. So Romagnoli with the goal, heads it in, and does get his first goal since returning to the San Siro. So really pleased with that. And again, with a penalty, it's been a long time since we've had a penalty like that, which has been quite debatable. And I think you can definitely make a case for it being given, but I wasn't too sure. That's why I decided not to score it. But either way, it was still 1-0 to Milan in this game. We had a good chance here to double our lead. That was a great save by the goalkeeper, though, and it was still 1-0. But later on in the game, as Lazio forced many bodies forward here, Ryan Tala gets on the ball, plays it through towards Donnarumma, down the left-hand side here. It's a 2-on-1 on the break. He chips it over the top of the last man, gives it to Alvaro Morata, and I'm so pleased to see this because Romagnoli scored his first goal since returning to Milan in this game, and Alvaro Morata scores his first goal at his new club just 5 minutes before the end. So he's played the first few games, yet to score a goal for us. Had a couple of chances, but this time as Donnarumma chips in the ball there. What an assist by Donnarumma too. Lovely weighted pass. He goes through 1-on-1 and just finesses the ball past the goalkeeper and does get his first goal since being given the number 9 shirt here at the San Siro. So really pleased with that. Donnarumma getting the assist once again. He's had a great start to the season. Morata getting his first goal with the club. Romagnoli getting his first goal since returning to the San Siro as well. And we won the game by 2-0. And in the end, that Ryan Tala missed penalty counted for nothing. Does it? Well, I mean, we could have got a 3-0 result, which could have been better. But either way, in the end, it doesn't really matter that much. So really pleased to get the win anyway. And the perfect start to the season continues, winning every game so far. 3 from 3 in the league, also won the Super Coppa as well. A fantastic start for us in, again, what could potentially be our final season, and I'm really pleased with another win there, and two new signings, getting their first goals for the club. And for the second of 3 games in today's episode here, we'd have our first Champions League game of the season, taking on Chelsea. You can see our group here, we've got Porto, Chelsea, and Celtic, so not exactly the easiest group ever in the Champions League, and I did say this season we'll be trying to win the Champions League in what could be our final season with Milan, but that's not an easy group at all. all. Chelsea, of course, in the game. Look at this squad. Really, really good. Very impressive. In real life, they may not be playing as well as they did last season, but in the game, I should say, their team is fantastic. Really, really good, and they'll be certainly considered favourites to get through this group and possibly a contender to actually win the competition come the end of the season. We're taking on Chelsea here, 42nd game of today's episode and our first European game of the season. We can also fly it as well because just 5 minutes in, Stefan El Shaarawy scores his first goal in the Champions League this season and our first goal in the Champions League this season. Also, his third goal this year already in 5 games. And last year, Stefan El Shaarawy scored 3 goals all season. He's already hit last season's goal tally in the first 5 games. Unbelievable stuff. What a start for Stefan El Shaarawy after such a poor year last year. What a fantastic beginning this time. He's already got his third goal of the season. Unbelievable stuff. And it is Milan 1, Chelsea 0. So we take the lead in this game against Chelsea. In the 12th minute, a good chance for the English side to hit back here. Lacazette's strike goes over to Bardo and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0. And then the 28th minute, a good chance to make it 2-0. Callas surrenders possession. Lovely little ball through by Bonaventura. Picks out Origi going for his first goal in a Milan shirt. It's a good save by the goalkeeper Begovic though and turn behind for a corner. So still 1-0. Another good chance here in the 31st minute. Donnarumma looking to extend his really good start to the season. This header goes wide, the post on behind for a goal kick. And as you can see at the break, it was 1-0 to Milan. A pretty balanced first half though, despite us leading. I thought we were playing a little bit better, but Chelsea did have the majority of the possession. But 10 minutes after the restart though, Chelsea would get themselves back on level terms, and it will come through Mario Götze, the German. Very, very frustrated about his goal. The former Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund midfielder gets it because I gave the ball away. Jethro Williams there, tackled by Willian, and that was my fault because you saw the animation. What I was trying to do was be a little bit cheeky, fake shot round the covering man, instead gave the ball away, surrendered possession, and Mario Götze ends up having the simple finish. So Milan 1, Chelsea 1. I'm taking the blame for that goal. Really poor mistake by me there, trying to be fancy, messed it up, and it's Milan 1, Chelsea 1. We almost got ourselves back in front here in the 63rd minute. Ryan Tal hit the side of the net though, and it was still 1-1. And in the 71st minute, a good chance for Chelsea to take the lead for the first time in the game. Callas goes down the right-hand side here. Romagnoli can't keep up. The right back crosses the ball into the centre, picks out Mario Götze, looking for his second goal of the game, but the volley goes wide at the post and behind. So still 1-1 in this game. It was a really action-packed game, to be honest. Another great chance here. Bonaventura's header going just wide at the post and behind, but it was how the game would end up finishing after 90 minutes. Final score, Milan 1, Chelsea 1, and our first Champions League group stage game does end as a draw. So in the end, it's better than last year. You know, last year, of course, our first Champions League game with Milan in the group stage was a 1-0 defeat away against Dundee United in Scotland. So drawing at home to Chelsea, not a bad result, but I'm quite frustrated about it because, again, the goal was my fault. We had a lot of chances in that game. We should have taken more than just one, but either way, a 1-1 draw is not disastrous, but it's the first time this season where we fail to get the win. But either way, a 1-1 draw, and again, Chelsea's side looks so good on the game, doesn't it? Really, really impressive and very, very strong indeed. Just remember as well, they're playing tonight against Paris Saint-Germain, aren't they, in the Champions League? So that's kind of funny how that worked out. Good timing. We're taking on Chelsea in the Champions League in the game. They're playing tonight in real life against PSG. Who do you think's going to win that game tonight, Chelsea or PSG? Because Chelsea, again, in the league, not playing as well. PSG really strong in their league. So who do you think's going to win tonight in the game between Chelsea and PSG? Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, taking on Chievo Verona here for the third game of today's episode, the third and final game. Just thought I'd break up the commentary and discuss what's going to happen tonight in the real world of football. But anyway, taking on Chievo Verona here for the third and final game of today's episode here. 90 minutes in, it was still goals. We had the first chance of the game, but we would open the scoring note as Marco Ryan Tala was played forward. Hadn't scored a goal in a couple of games. His last goal did come against Palermo 3 games ago in the last episode. That came from 40 yards out. This time not as far out. A pretty simple finish for Ryan Tala, but either way, a nice one. Puts it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net for already his third goal in the league this season. Marco scored 20 last year, and I'm hoping he'll get even more this year as well as he tries to retain the Serie A Golden Boot. So Milan 1, Chievo Verona 0. Ryan Tala the opening goal of the game. And in the first half, as you could see, we had 4 shots, 4 of which on target and a 1 goal. Chievo Verona had dominated possession. We were looking the better side. And in the second half, not much was really happening, to be honest, until the 73rd minute when Marco Ryan Tala assists Adnan Januzaj, who also scores his first goal for the club today, just like Romagnoli and Morata. And it was his first touch since coming off the bench as well. He literally just came onto the pitch, got himself inside the area for the corner. Ryan Tala swings it in, he gets the assist, and Adnan Januzaj gets his first goal in a Milan shirt. So Romagnoli, Morata, and now Januzaj scoring their first goals for the club in today's episode, and it is Milan 2, Chievo Chievo Verona 0. And in the 81st minute here, Morata receives the ball, plays it through towards Marco Ryan Tala. We've got 2 on the goalkeeper essentially here, but Ryan Tala goes himself, puts it past the keeper, and gets his second goal of the game to add to the assist and make it Milan 3, Chievo Verona 0. As our skipper puts the icing on the cherry on the cake, so I would say, and get the third goal of the game. So a nice assist for Morata there, a simple finish for Marco the Magician, 3-0 to Milan, and a really comfortable victory for us in this one. So 3-0 against Chievo Verona. The fantastic start to the season does continue. I'm targeting a really memorable season with Milan in our 6th year of career mode and possibly our final one as well. An impressive start, won all of our games so far, already won the Supercoppa. The only game we haven't won was, of course, that draw against Chelsea. But either way, a really impressive start to the season. The new signings are scoring goals, looking good already. We're getting some clean sheets on the board as well. Really nice to see. And again, I do believe this year we could have a really fantastic season with Milan. But that is going to end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do consider leaving likes. That's, of course, much appreciated. And really help my channel out. Don't forget, though, you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to. That's totally fine. And also, let me know who you think is going to win tonight between PSG and Chelsea. I'm so glad the Champions League is back. Hopefully you guys are as well. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.